All right, now we got a big old example. We've got Alice, Bob, and Carol. I believe we've mentioned A and B names contributing to a C Corp. Now we got three individuals, Alice, Bob, and Carol. They're forming a C Corp called ABC, quite appropriate. They each contribute cash, property, and services, and this is going to tell us what we're each contributing. So take a second, look at that. If we can also reference it as we go along. Now, in order to determine the gains or losses, the tax implications, and the basis for both the individual taxpayers and the corporation, we have to look at all of the contributions separately. So first off, all of these three individuals are contributing cash. So there's no tax implications when cash is contributed. The basis in the stock will be equal to the cash contribution. Sounds good? That's pretty straightforward. Property, no gain or loss is recognized. And who's giving property? It looks like all three are giving property. Piece of land, equipment, commercial building. So that looks like we're all doing that. So no gain or loss will be recognized. When property is exchanged solely for stock, if the transfer controls the corporation immediately after the exchange, and in this case, A, B, and C, Alice, Bob, and Carol, they do meet that control requirement as they own 100% of the issued stock. However, the corporation will have a carryover basis in the property, which means it will inherit the original tax basis of the property, not the fair market value, because we're going to, just remember, a higher basis is a good thing because then there's less margin between the eventual selling price and the basis to tax. For the services, however, this is a little bit different. The value of the services contributed to a corporation in exchange for stock is going to be considered taxable income to the individual providing the services. In this case, Alice will recognize $30,000 of taxable income. We see that Alice is contributing management consulting services for $30,000. Good for you, Alice. For those services, the corporation will take a tax deduction equal to the fair market value of the services received, which in this case is $30,000. We see this here. We're continuing on with the same information. We are seeing a few other items about this, though. So we've got this same individual situation. Here's the same information, just in table format. Now we're going to look at the gains, losses, and everything on the corporation's perspective. So the cash and property contributions have no immediate tax implications for the individual taxpayers. While Alice is going to have a taxable income of 30, we talked about that one. The C corporation will have a carryover basis. However, the stock basis, what's the stock basis for each of these individuals? Well, Alice is going to have 150, and where do we get that? Well, Alice contributed 50, and we contributed land valued at 100. So Alice's perspective is going to use the fair market value, whereas for the corporation, well, the corporation is using the carryover basis. So you see that, just something to take a note of, is Alice is using the fair market value of the land to add to Alice's basis, whereas the corporation is using the carryover basis. Makes sense. I mean, also, generally speaking, I'll say like for those other transaction items, you're not going to know what someone else's basis is. In this case, yeah, especially because they're 80% or in this case 100% shareholders, you're going to know what someone else's basis is, but generally you're going to not use the basis as your new basis, but this is a very different situation. This is a corporation getting property from its shareholders. So Bob's basis is going to be 70 in cash, Carol's 80 in cash, plus the fair market values of these assets. There we go. 150, 270, and 130. Seeing it from all angles, all perspectives, that's how you're going to get it right.
Hey there! Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material? We'll do it together. Tap into the power of CPA.examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.